All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Machak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. I saw this video here that Dabu7, all right, his page is Dabu77, had done, okay, concerning, because the brother had put this article in the chat, all right, concerning a martial law, okay, or military activation of the Marines on U.S. soil. Okay, so you can check out this video. I also have the article here. All right, so I'll read a little bit of it, and then, Lord willing, we'll see where the Spirit takes us. Okay, but this is something that we've been saying over and over again. Okay, and when you hear talks of martial law, okay, all right, or when you hear about martial law, okay, or the government planning for martial law, that should let you know that means that prior to that martial law, there's going to be some form of chaos. Okay, because martial law isn't just they just declare martial law just for no reason. No, there has to be some form of chaos in order for them to use that martial-like law. Because what are laws for? Laws are there to keep people in check, to keep things in order. Without law, you have chaos or you have anarchy. So laws are there to keep civilization civil. But when it gets a little hard to control with regular law, you need to bring martial law or warlike law. Because when the situation feels like a battlefield or it feels like a war, then you need to bring warlike law, all right, to put things in check. So I'm gonna read this real quick. It says DOD or Department of Defense prepares for martial law in CONUS. Marines approved for activation on American soil. It says will come with little warning in order to respond to threats in homeland. But what threats? The Department of Defense issued an order signed by the Brigadier General Daniel L. Shipley, Director, Manpower Plans and Policy on October 3rd, 2019, which was 3 days ago, which authorizes the rapid activation of military forces to protect civil authorities in response to a major disaster or emergency. So now the bell that should be ringing in your head is, wait, why are they doing this? There hasn't been any major disaster or an emergency. But if they're doing this, that means they have a plan, okay, or they're doing this in preparation for something that they're expecting to happen. Because oftentimes they can cause a civil they can cause an emergency or a major disaster. They just have to pull the right strings. You see? So it says the order titled Manpower Guidance for Activation and Deactivation of Reserve Component Marines Ordered to Active Duty ISO Defense Support of Civil Authorities details how Marines will be called to active duty upon orders from the U.S. Navy. Shockingly, one of the first paragraphs details how it will come with little warning. Requests for federal assistance will come with little warning. Matter of fact, give me 1 second. All right. Anyway, it says requests for federal assistance will come with little warning. As required, the Marine Corps must rapidly mobilize RC units and personnel, IAW, this Maridman in order to respond to threats in the homeland. And once again, the question remains, what threats? All right. So it says, translated, this means that martial law may be coming sooner than later, as the U.S. government appears to actually be anticipating nothing short of an impending civil war, asteroid strike, earthquake, tsunami, volcanic eruption, or some other type of similar but expected disaster scenario. Okay, so that's all I'm going to read on this article. All right, I have a couple of precepts. Lord willing, we could go into that too. Okay, because, hey, as we keep saying, man, we're nearing that time where the Lord is going to bring that destruction upon this earth. Okay, and yes, it will come. And look, man, we're living in the last days. We're living in the last time period, so it is going down. Okay, and mainly primarily that America, which is oftentimes referred to in the Bible as Babylon the Great, or Babylon, or the daughter of Babylon, is gonna go down, man. Okay, we are living in the last few minutes, seconds of this empire. And once this hell breaks loose, that is it. It is over. Okay? You looking around you, hey, one of the brothers always says, he said, look, man, look around you. The life you see now, this is the best it's ever going to be in America. Okay? From now on, it's only going downhill. All right? Because the people ruling the earth right now, they weren't set up to rule forever. They were set up as a punishment. And our punishment is almost served, man. So let me read this real quick. This is Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, because Jacob and Esau were sons of Isaac, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, because when being that they were twins, Esau came out first, but Jacob's hand was on his heel, and he came out right after. Okay, why? Because, like it says here in verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Now, this doesn't mean, hey, shalom. This doesn't mean that Esau is the end of the world, as in the whole heaven and earth is going to be destroyed and the new one is going to be created. No, the world meaning what? The eon, which is the Greek word for an age. Okay, so a time period. All right. So Esau is the end of this age, this eon, this empire, okay, which, as we keep stressing, is the what? The Roman Empire all over again, the revived beast, if you will. Okay, so Esau is the end of this world, because you can see it, man. Even people are talking about the earth itself doesn't have much longer, because these Edomites being in rulership, they're destroying everything. And the Lord is going to destroy them before he allows them to destroy life. So it says Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay, starting with the Yahushai's return. He's, like it tells you in Daniel, that stone that destroyed the toes. Okay, that's Yahushai. He's gonna come back, and he's gonna have that everlasting dominion. Okay, because Yahushai is an Israelite, and Jacob is what? His name got changed to Israel. So is Jacob being the beginning of it that followeth is meaning what? Israel is going to be the beginning of the kingdom to come. Why is our kingdom going to be last? Because our kingdom is going to last forever. Okay. Moving on. This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1, because America has been that place that has been, yo, man, for a long period of time, America has flourished. Okay. America has been that spoiled brat. Okay, that last born child that always gets what they want. You know, everybody, oh nah, you know what? Let them do what they do. Why? Because the Lord put them in that place. The Lord gave them that power seat. Okay, the Lord gave them the ability to do so. Okay, even to touch the apple of his eye. But that was for a period of time, and that time is up. Okay, Isaiah 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. That's talking about America. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. Precept, Daniel 7 and 9. I beheld, now this was a part of Daniel's vision, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. So what do those thrones represent? They represent rulerships or empires. Okay. So you had the Babylonian Empire, you had the Assyrian Empire, all right, which predated the Babylonian Empire. You had the Medo-Persian Empire, you had the Greek Empire, you had the Roman Empire, and you have the new Roman Empire all over again, which we're living in right now. Okay, and the throne represents a rulership. So those thrones were cast down because when upon Yahushua's return, all these empires are going to be completely finito. All right, ending with the ending of the rulership of Esau, as we read here in Second Esdras. So it says, And the Ancient of Days did sit. The Ancient of Days is the Most High Yahweh. Why is he called the Ancient of Days? Because he had no beginning and no end. Okay. Ancient of Days meaning before days, whose garment was as white as snow. Okay. And the hair of his head like the pure wool. Wool, like you see I have here. Okay. Guess what? But the reason our hair is woolly and our hair is like that is because we are from him. The Lord made us like him. Okay. We are in his image. Keep that in mind. Okay. So if we are in his image, then what? The Lord looks like us. Not no Edomites. Edomites don't have woolly hair. It says his throne was like the fiery flame and his wheels as burning fire, talking about the chariots. Okay. So now we understand, like it says, the thrones were cast down, meaning the rulership of those, as you read up in Daniel, those rulerships were what? They were down, they were destroyed, those empires. Okay. But one of those thrones also represents the throne of this empire right now. Okay. The throne in which America was riding on. Okay. And not only America, but along with its co-partners, NATO and the EU, being that America is a part of NATO, but they rule together. However, America has that big portion sitting on top. So it says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne. Why? Because America hasn't been humbled. That's why it's a virgin daughter. It hasn't been humbled. It hasn't got that judgment, that heavy judgment. Okay. So it says, sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Okay. The Lord is about to rip this place a new one. Okay. Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover thy thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Okay. Because when Yahushua comes back, he's coming as an angelic being, an angelic force. The scriptures tell you we don't know what we shall be like, but we know when we see him, who's that him? Yahushua, we shall be like him. So he's not coming as a man. Okay. He's coming as a force, a being, a power. All right. It says, as for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, the Holy One of Israel. So guess what? The Lord said the time is coming when you about to be brought low. Okay. Your shame is about to be uncovered, which your nakedness being uncovered is happening now, man. Us bringing out the truth about these Edomites, us bringing out the truth about this kingdom. Okay. Being that their power was secrecy, but the Spirit is giving us what the Lord is consuming them with the spirit of his mouth, which is us, the prophets. Okay. So that nakedness is being uncovered, man. That is bringing shame. The shame they try to cover up with secrecy and deceits and lies. That covering cast is being lifted. All right. And Yahushua is ultimately going to come and finish the job. All right. So I read Daniel 7 and 9. Moving on. This is Revelation 18. And this is not going to be a long stream. All right. It's fairly short. I only had a couple of precepts on there. Okay. But it's really just going into this place going down, because this place is just hell. Okay. It literally is just hell. What is good about America? The only thing, and that's why the number one thing we're concerned about is this truth. Because if not for this truth, there's literally nothing, not just in America, but in this age, in this world right now. Okay, you might deal with a woman, but for how long? Especially these Western women, okay? Their mind has been all messed up, man. These Babylonian women, their mind have been all messed up. So you gonna date one of them, the Lord don't have mercy on you, might find a typical one. There's an expiration date on it. So what? You get a good job, so what? You know, the economy's about to collapse anyway. So what really is there here? Just hell and captivity, man. Okay? You paying bills. Here it is, you get your paycheck. By the time you're done paying your bills, just so you can stay in the same condition you're in, you already broke. You only got enough for your necessities, buying food, groceries, whatever. And what about your luxuries? Oh, sorry. Wait till your next paycheck. Okay, I'm going to wait till my next paycheck, and I got to repeat the same thing again. You might eat breakfast, and before it's even 12, you feeling hungry again. Why? Because the nutrients in your food has been brought down, man. Your food has been devalued. Not only because of the chemicals they're spraying on it, but because the earth being in a low vibration. Why? Because of the rulership of Esau. Okay? So everything is all out of course, man. You're breathing poison, you're drinking poison, you're eating poison, you're living in a poisonous world. And where's the cancer of the earth really rooting from? America. That's why the Lord is going to destroy this place. Okay? The scriptures talk about it. Destroy them that destroy the earth. Might be in Revelation 18. Oh, 11. Okay. Revelation chapter 11, verse 18, just hitting the point. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, who are Israelites, and to them that fear thy name, the elect, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. Okay? And who are those? You got people talking about climate change and all these different things. Well, who's the problem? Whose factories are polluting the earth, man? Who's testing nuclear missiles underwater and doing these war games and all these different things? You think the radiation left from those missiles is not affecting the earth? It is affecting the earth. The earth is dying. The earth is in a very low vibration right now because of the rulership of this devil, killing the animals, using artificial technology, okay, and draining the resources, sucking the earth dry. There's something called a land Sabbath, okay? On the 7th year, you're supposed to leave the land and allow it to rejuvenate. This devil doesn't do that, man. He's running and sucking the land dry, okay? So there's a reason why this place has to be destroyed, man. Revelation 18, verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven and having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen. All right. It's fallen and is become the habitation of devils. Now we know this isn't talking about ancient Babylon, because the Neo-Babylonian Empire, okay, under rule of Nebuchadnezzar and on down, and then with Belshazzar, guess what? When that was taken down by Darius the Mede, it was inhabited. Because pursuant to Daniel the 7th chapter, okay, after the Achaemenid Empire, or the Median Empire, the Medo-Persian Empire, okay, because we understand that the Persians took over after the Medes and they were stronger, they assimilated Babylon into their empire. Matter of fact, why am I just saying it? Let me look it up right now. Okay, Achaemenid Empire map. I guess we gonna have to get some history in here too. Okay, or geography. All right. So you got, I don't know if it'll say it. Right. So look, you got Babylonia. So this was Mesopotamia, okay, and you had the Achaemenid Empire, which took over this whole area. So you had it took over Babylon, or Babylonian Empire around here. You had it take over the Levant right here. You had to take over Lydia, which is right here, and you had to take over Egypt. So it expanded all through here. But as we're reading in Revelation, the 18th chapter, it says Babylon is fallen and become the habitation of devils, and the soul and the hold of every false spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. But that's not what happened. When the Babylonian Empire got taken down, it became a part of the Persian Empire, and it was inhabited. Okay, so we understand that this Babylon here must be a different Babylon. Okay, and that Babylon here is talking about America, spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom. Okay, America carries a portion of all these previous empires within it. Okay, and so continue reading. It said it, verse 3: For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Talking about Babylon. Okay, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are wax rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Why? Because they've dealt with America, and through that act, what, drinking of her wine and the wine of her fornication, they have become like America. They have become westernized, and they promote some of the things that America promotes as well, which is wicked, which is off. A lot of the wicked things America promotes in these other countries, they do the same thing as well in order to deal with America. All right. So they have, like it says, they've committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies, because they do what? They trade and they deal with America. Okay. Because a lot of their stuff that they sell and import into, or they export from their countries, which gets imported into America. Why? Because you have a lot of the greatest consumers, or the most consumers in America, primarily Israelites. So they make a lot of money when they sell their products into America. All right. Because they know they got a lot of buyers. If you look at a lot of the products you made, it's not made in America. It's imported. Okay, brought from other countries, and that's how they make their money. That's why it speaks about merchants. Okay, it says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. And what is one of those major plagues? The missiles. Okay, the nuclear missiles is going to be one of those major plagues. Zechariah the 12th chapter, the 14th verse, or the 14th chapter, the 12th verse, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite those that have fought against Jerusalem. Okay, their skin shall consume away, or upon their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. All right, their eyes shall consume away in their holes. Okay, that one of those places, the missiles. You can also have the chariots. Okay, but like it says here, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her place. Because when the Lord delivers his elect, he's going to deliver them up out of this place, so they don't taste of that second death, of the fire. Okay, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. You see, so don't think that all these things going on, the Lord just forgot about it. Them gunning down our people in the streets, them promoting this homosexual agenda, transgender agenda, okay, pushing abominable foods for delicacies, okay, using the word of the Lord deceitfully, deceiving people, all these different things. Guess what? The Lord has remembered it. The scriptures tell you the Lord requires that which is past. Okay, going back to the time of slavery, going back to the time of the heavy burden and yoke of iron, not only to the southern kingdom, not only to Judah, Benjamin, Benjamin, Levi, but also to the northern kingdom. When you read about the atrocities committed to the tribes that were here, the Aborigines of the Western Hemisphere, it was horrific. The Lord didn't forget all that. Okay. And it still happens till today, just under different terms and in a different way, in a more subtle way. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled to her double. So the things that we had to go through because of America, the things we had to go through and suffer, she has to suffer that double. She has to go through that. Okay, we're going to reward her as she rewarded us. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Oh, don't worry, you're going to go into a special kind of captivity. Okay, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. Okay, because she was living like she couldn't be touched. World superpower, whatever the U.S. says, that's what it is. No. The Lord said you're going to be tormented, and primarily the Lord is targeting who? Those that are giving life to this place, which is Esau. Okay, Esau, really, the nation of people that make up that beast are Edomites. Okay, so it says, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. That's pride. And that's why they continue to do these things. The scriptures tell you they didn't consider the latter end, that the atrocities they committed to us was gonna come back to them, man. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. So when them missiles hit and the laser beams from them chariots hit this place, it's gonna completely eviscerate this land. It's gonna completely annihilate it, man. The scriptures tell you in the book of Peter is the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So it's gonna need to be really hot to burn all these different things you see, man. The Lord said in one day, because in 1 hour Babylon is gonna be destroyed. Okay. Hey, one missile could do a lot of damage. How much more for 200 million 200 million? It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Wait, time out. But when did ancient Babylon go down by fire? When, what, who was saying this about ancient Babylon? Talking about seeing the smoke of her burning. Time out. But Daniel was alive at that time. He wasn't out here talking about, oh shit, Babylon, damn, oh, it's over. You know, in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Okay. It said, like I mentioned, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. That's all it's going to take for the Lord to do away with this place. And that's showing you the anger and the power of the Lord. Okay? Because it says, great or strong is the Lord who judgeth her. And he's going to show you that, look, you spent all these years building yourself up, doing all these different things, puffing yourself up. I gave you the technology. I gave you all of these things. And look, it took only an hour, man. And in the future, Edomites will be exterminated pursuant to Obadiah, the 18th verse. Okay. And there's gonna come a time when we're gonna tell bedtime stories about, oh yeah, there were people that were on the earth. Or they don't just like you talk about dinosaurs. Guess what? We're gonna talk about you. You know, the dumbest, most retarded, ugliest, disgusting creatures on the earth. And they thought they could fight against the Lord, the basest of men. They thought they could fight against the Lord. They tormented us. They tortured us. They put us in heavy captivity. But guess what? Great was our Lord, our power, our Father who delivered us and gave her a judgment in an hour. It says, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. You see? Why do these nations tolerate America's BS? Because of the deal that they have. Okay. And that's why America has that like when you see when Trump says, oh, I'm going to throw tariffs on this nation. I'm going to throw tariffs on this country. I'm going to throw this, because they can talk that talk. Because at the end of the day, a lot of these nations rely on America, all right, to buy their merchandise so that they can make their money. America's that cash cow. That's why they still tolerate and put up with America. That's why they sign so many deals with America. Okay. And that's why they do business with America. That's why they're in organizations with America. Okay. But like it says, they shall weep and mourn, not because they care about her, but because they're not going to make money off of her. They're not going to make money off of this place, man, because this place is gone. It says the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and thine wood, and all the manner of vessels of ivory, and the manner of vessels of most precious wood, and of brass, and of iron, and marble, and cinnamon, and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men. Okay? Whoa, slaves, horses, sheep. Who are those slaves, by the way? Okay? Who were those slaves that were brought here, put in holding cells, okay, sold, sent to other parts of the world? Who do you think those slaves were, man? Okay. It says, man, I wasn't even planning on going this far, but I'll just go through the spirit. And the fruits and the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. What nation you think is going to be like, yo, I got you, I'm gonna jump to your rescue? When they see the Hushites chariot, they see the other chariots destroying this place, they see the missiles and the heat and the smoke going up, it's going to be a dreadful and scary day. You think these nations are going to be, oh, hold up, let's jump in there, get them super large fire extinguishers, and let's try to put out the fire in America? No, hell no. All right. Saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, because that represents the condition that America was in, sitting in that high seat. Okay. It says, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster, because how does a lot of the goods get here? By sea. Okay. And all the company of ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood afar off. Okay. Because now, hey, for example, these countries that export oil and import it to America, and it gets imported to America, how do you think they get the oil here? How do you think they get certain resources here? By sea, by ship. And that's why they were also so concerned about the straits, or what was it, the Straits of Hormuz, okay, or certain sea paths that Iran had control over. Because if Iran was to shut it down and block it, that would stop them, both the countries that export the oil, from making money, and America from receiving the oil, or wherever they needed to distribute the oil to. It says, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? Okay, because everybody looks to America as that place. You know, here it is. America talks about them, all right, but you don't hear America really talking about a lot of these other countries like that. But I'm talking about in their news. But you got a lot of these other countries whose main event, main target, main eyes are on America. All right, they're telling you what's going on in here. They're telling you everything that's going on here. All right, because this place has that rep. Once again, it's that spearhead of the beast, man. The forefront. Though it's a part of it, it's like that main guy, the face. All right. Let me see. All right, let me keep going. I'll probably end at verse 21. It says, and they cast dust on their heads and cried. Now, casting dust upon your heads represents a form of mourning, all right, or lamentation. And cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city wherein we were made rich, all that had ships in the sea, by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate, meaning completely destroyed, evaporated, eviscerated, annihilated. So you get the point. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High hath avenged you on her. Hey, the scriptures say, I believe it's in this. It might be in the same chapter. Let me see. No, it's Revelation 6 and 10. Matter of fact, verse 9. And when I opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of the Most High and for the testimony which they held. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? Primarily Babylon. All right. So the Lord, after he avenges, all right, us, He said what? Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High hath avenged you on her. All right. And an mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. So once this place is gone, that's it, finito. All right, it's done, it's cooked, it's roasted, it's toasted. All right, it's not coming back. And that's going to be a beautiful day, man. We're going to mark that on our calendars, and we're going to celebrate that day. All right, the day, because look, the Lord said the deliverance from this Egypt is gonna be so great, is gonna surpass the deliverance from ancient Egypt, to where ancient Egypt is not gonna be talked about anymore, like how this Egypt or this deliverance from this Egypt is gonna be spoken about. All right. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Land of the North. Believes in Jeremiah. Yep. Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, talking about ancient Egypt. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Okay, so this deliverance is going to be much greater than the deliverance before. All right, I'm talking about yo, imagine that. You know, the scripture said the righteous shall scarcely be saved. You got missiles about to hit, you know, maybe the heat wave right before it touches you, you just get delivered, you know. Chariots flying in and out, laser beams being shot out, people being picked up, dropped here. Yo, it's gonna be crazy, man. Far more superb and miraculous than deliverance from ancient Egypt. All right, but the point is, nonetheless, this place is going down. Okay, America, Babylon the Great, this place is done. It's through. It's finished. Okay, and before it goes down, man, we're gonna see a whole lot of things you ain't never seen before. All right, so I'm gonna end it with this precept. This is Amos chapter 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord. Yeah, because when America is completely wiped off, remember, you have both 2/3 and the elect living in America. All right, and other parts of the world, but primarily America. So the Lord said he will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob because the elect will be delivered. But this land, you could kiss this land goodbye. It's going to be melted, man. Okay? It's going to be melted. All right? Quicker than butter in a hot pan. It's going to be done. Okay? And we you know what? We look forward to that. Okay? We look forward, man, because this place is just hell. Like I keep saying, man, hey, the scriptures tell you, man, oppression maketh a wise man mad. If you have any sense of any common sense, any knowledge, you can see that this place is oppression, man. And it brings depression because you have people that'll travel out the country and they'll be good, man. They got a glow on their face. They're happy. They're chilling. The second they come back here, man, it's just gone. You look like you got fatter. You gained weight. You know, you just feel uncomfortable, man. All right. But hey, that's like the scriptures say, man. We Micah said, I will bear the indignation of my power until he plead my cause, man. Roughly paraphrasing. All right. So we got to just endure just a little bit longer because the Lord is about to flip things a complete 180, man. Okay. He's about to tear this place up. Okay. So let me check out the comment board real quick before I end it. Okay, yeah. The brother put, concerning the martial law. Yep. I one by Issachar. 2nd Ezra 15:17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Khan, exactly. Because once they declare that martial law, they're gonna block off borders. All right. So you don't think you're gonna make it here and you're gonna jump here and no. All right. It says the stronghold of Bible-fearing nation has been destroyed by Yahushua and the prophet GMS. That being the original. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically it. Okay. Hey, Lord willing, this was edifying unto the elect. Yeah, and this. Yeah, Lord willing, this is edifying unto the elect, man. Hey, we look forward to the downfall and destruction of this place because no, it's not. It's not crazy. It's not wicked. It's not bad. This place is crazy, wicked, and bad. We're good, okay, and we don't like the evil. And this place is evil, so this place gotta go. It's as simple as that, man. All right. But I hope this was edifying unto the elect. Okay, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Until next time, Shalom.